Hey, and welcome to this lesson about synthetic division. Our objectives for this lesson: divide polynomials and to factor a polynomial by dividing it. Essential questions: what if you can't factor a polynomial using the methods we already know? Below you'll see the Common Core standards. So this is called synthetic division. It's a quick way of using polynomial long division. It's a method that works. So how it works is you're going to set it up like this, where you're going to have this little bracket thing, and then you're going to have numbers here. Where do those numbers come from? Well, they are your coefficients from your original polynomial. And then here, you're going to put this number. Now be careful, you're not including the negative. Okay, so if it's minus 5, you're putting 5. If it was x plus 5, it would really be written as x minus negative 5, therefore you would use negative 5. But we're not doing that. We are doing x minus 5. Let me erase all that. And that 5 comes from right there. From there, you're going to take a line. What you're going to do is start with this one, and you're going to bring it down. Then you are going to multiply that one by 5. That's where this number comes in. 1 times 5 is 5. Then you're going to add negative 3 and 5, and you will get 2. Now, keep in mind, I did just bring this one down. The reason I can do that is because really there's a 0 right here, because there's no term to multiply by 5. So this is 0. That's why I can bring the 1 down. So then I'm adding here. Negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Negative 5, first you need to multiply 2 times 5 up here. Then you will get, so we did that here, 2 times 5, and you get 10. Negative 5 plus 10, well, that is going to be 5. And look at that. 5 times 5 is 25. Add those together and I get 0. This last number right here is your remainder. So that means 5 is not the factor, but it's actually a root of the polynomial. So that means 5 is a root, and therefore x minus 5 is a factor. So if I had x cubed minus 3x squared minus 5x minus 25, and I wanted to factor that, I could say, well, x minus 5 is indeed a factor. And, well, what do I get when I divide it by x minus 5? Well, that's what these numbers are right here. They are the coefficients of your remaining quotient, or your answer. So 1 x squared. And remember, if I start with a degree of 3 and I take, x to the first power away, that means my new degree is going to be x squared. Okay, and then my second my second coefficient is positive 2, so plus 2x. And then my final coefficient is 5, plus 5x. Or sorry, not 5. X. It's just 5. I don't know why I said 5x. And that will leave us with these two factors. Now, can this one on the right be factored anymore? Well, yeah, of course it could be factored. But we can't factor it using 5 and 1. Do they add to 2? No. And that's the only factors of 5. So we're going to have to use the quadratic formula. So if we do that, x equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root 2 squared minus 4a times c. A is 1, c is 5, all over 2a, which is just 1. So if we do this real fast, x equals -2 plus or minus the square root of, let's see, 2 squared is 4, minus 4 times 5, which is 20. That's going to give me -6. Right there, I know that because of this discriminant, that my answers here will be imaginary. They will actually be 2 plus or minus 4i all over 2, which actually is 1 plus 2i and 1 minus i. So those are the roots. Therefore, the factors would be x minus 1 minus 2i and x minus 1 plus 2i. Those would be the remaining two factors. That's all for this lesson. I hope you had fun. Hope you learned something. Go ahead and give this a shot on your homework. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. BBIM, text message, phone call, whatever is easier for you. And make sure you meet me in live class where we can go over this and some more depth.